Thank you. Wow, we starting on time, huh? Hey to everyone here in Soma. I am so excited to be here. This project was approved in 2015. I was on the Board of Supervisors with former Supervisor Jane Kim. There were a lot of delays, but delays don't mean denials. This project is going to be done. It is not only going to provide office space, it's going to provide much needed housing in our city. Over 800 units of housing with 245 units of affordable housing for seniors and families who are experiencing homelessness. This is the kind of project that should not be delayed. This is the kind of project that we need in communities all over San Francisco. Because we know we have challenges with affordable housing. And we know that sometimes, even when we have the financial resources to get the job done, our bureaucracy sometimes gets in the way. We have to change that because the people who need this housing the most, they're counting on us to make better decisions. They're counting on us to get these projects done. And so I want to thank Brookfield and I want to thank the Herbst Corporation for really sticking with this incredible project to get the job done. This project will provide over $76 million in community benefits for the Soma neighborhood. And let me just say that one of the things I'm most excited about is that it will be providing arts support. As a former director of an arts organization, our arts and our culture are so critical to the success of our communities, and it has to be at the center of all of these major projects that we produce. So I'm also excited that Soma Pilipinas Heritage District will be receiving the kind of support that it needs to not only be a great cultural heritage district in this community, which celebrates our Filipino culture and community, but it will help to make sure that we provide the kinds of programs and things so that people are reminded of the rich history and culture of the Filipino community in the Soma community. So thank you so much for all of the resources, all of the support, all of the excitement, this community-driven project that is going to really revitalize and change and shape this community and do so in a way that provides mixed use, that provides new opportunities, and that ensures success and safety for this community. Thank you all so much for being here and playing a major part and sticking with this project and being very patient, Rudy, as we know it took a lot of patience to get this project done. No more delays. We're breaking ground and we're going to get it done. Thank you all for everyone who played a role in this.
Thank you so much, Mayor London Breed. At this point, we'd like to welcome Brookfield Properties Vice President of Development, Jason Bonet.
Thank you, Jesslyn. Well, this is a very exciting day for us, for all of us. Over a decade in the making, we've reached this moment because of the vision, tenacity, and support of a dynamic neighborhood, Soma, and our city leaders. We are here today celebrating because of so many people, because of the tremendous leadership of mayors past and present. So thank you to late Mayor Ed Lee for his commitment to deliver more housing to the city. Thank you, Mayor London Breed, for being here today and for your tireless efforts to increase housing in this city for all. Thank you, of course, to our great partners at Hearst, to Forest City for the past leadership guiding us to this moment, and to our incredible team at Brookfield that is stewarding the 5M project today. Mostly, we are here today because of the dedication of neighbors, artists, nonprofit groups, educators, and so many others who are deeply vested in the past, present, and future of Soma. It provides, Together, we create an economic, social, and cultural formula to support positive growth. This formula includes sustaining the neighborhood's inclusivity, creativity, and its roots. It focuses on creating local jobs and housing and promotes culture and the arts. It provides places of serendipity for people to socialize and exchange ideas in an inclusive environment, welcoming to all. All this makes 5M what it is today, and it will be the next generation of mixed-use urban projects. So thank you to all of you who showed up today. Thank you for the good weather, and I'll pass it back to Jesselyn.
Thank you, Jason. Hearst Corporation history extends more than 130 years here in San Francisco. As the owner of this project, that storied history continues. Please welcome Hearst Corporation Vice President and General Manager Stephen Hearst.
Thanks, everybody. And welcome and thanks for joining us here today. You know, we're no stranger to the neighborhood, as you've heard, over 130 years. My great-grandfather founded, or actually took possession of the San Francisco Examiner in 1887. So I moved up here from LA after doing a stint at the LA Herald Examiner and our magazine group in May of 1984, and worked in this building for 15 years, held 9 different positions, and my last office was right there on the corner of Mary and Mission. They told me the glass was bulletproof. All I know is you couldn't see in unless it was night. So at any rate, we're a longtime member of this neighborhood. We love it. We have a vested interest, and we were in on the ground floor planning along with Forest City and Brookfield going forward. They've both been great partners. We're very pleased to see it coming to fruition. And the mayor mentioned bureaucracy. 11 years is too long to move a project like this that benefits so many. We can't wait to see the open space. It's going to be green, it's going to be beautiful, and I'm sure people are going to enjoy it on a daily basis. With that, I'll just say thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, Stephen. The support and guidance of former District Supervisor Jane Kim resulted in a project that always puts the community first. Please welcome former District Supervisor Jane Kim.
Thank you so much, Jesselyn. And it has really been a long journey to get to where we are today. I just want to acknowledge a number of people who made this project not just possible, but the project that is sitting before you today. A project that is going to achieve 40% affordable and middle-income housing, including very low-income housing. A project, thank you for the applause, a project that is going to achieve open space and arts and also much-needed housing here in San Francisco. But it took a lot of folks to get us here today. And first, I want to acknowledge all of the members of our community, particularly here in South of Market, who get involved and engage on every single new development here in our city, because this is our neighborhood. And like many of the folks that I'm about to acknowledge, I also live 1 block away from this development site. So it matters to me what we get to be a part of when we build this community. And so I want to acknowledge West Bay Filipino Center and Carla, the executive director. I saw Soma Filipinas. I'm here as well. Todd Coe, Tenderloin Filipino Community Association, and the Mint Mall resident building and their leader, Stephanie. And of course, United Players. The many years that we spent in putting this project together, I still remember the first meeting I had with Hearst and then Forest Cities in 2011, when they told me that this project would be coming to me within a year or 14 months for approval. I smiled. And about 5 years later, we finally had them come before the Board of Supervisors. But there was a small group of folks that really worked to make this happen. Of course, at then, now Brookfield, but then Forest Cities, Jack and Alexis and Jesselyn, to HMS, Karen Johnson, and my former legislative aide, April Veneracion Ang, and to many of our community leaders who told us exactly what they wanted to see, primarily being ensuring that as we build more housing and we grow this neighborhood, that the very folks that have always lived here, our families, our seniors, can afford to live in this development as well. And while 40% is not equal in every development, I think it's important to know that part of the 40% that is part of 5M is for formerly homeless and very, very low-income households and seniors. And why that is important is that the subsidy is greater for the developer. So it's important as we build multiple range of housing that we include those that are struggling but working to live in the city, and that's why I'm so proud of this project. So thank you to everyone involved, especially the ladies. We're really involved in the negotiation room up to the last days. Alexis, April, Karen, in our office. It really was a pleasure to see this through. Thank you very much, and congratulations again to Brookfield and to Hearst.
Thank you, former Supervisor Kim. United Players says it takes a hood to save a hood. The organization has been active and participatory in the creation of the 5M programs. Please welcome United Players Executive Director, Rudy Corpus.
Thank you, Jocelyn. First of all, I want to say thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity to be right here to share with you guys and to be up in here with Jane, the mayor, the rest of you guys up here. Thank you, guys. When I walked up in here earlier today, several people asked me, "What you doing here?" I said, "I live here, right down the block. Why shouldn't I be here?" So I say that because in order for us to stabilize a community where you have over 100 years of Filipino history, you have to be a part of the decision making that's happening in your community. So when you ask, it takes the hood to say the hood, I am the hood. I've been here all my life. I used to run up and down these alleys right here and make bad choices, but I'm still here. Me and our organization and other organizations here like West Bay, the oldest Filipino organization on the West region, we've been here. But it's important for us to build relationships, to understand, to be a part of the solution, and to be at the table with the people who are here also. That's what community is all about, building the relationships. Are we all gonna agree? No, we not. But we gotta sit at the table and be there to figure out what's the best for our people that exist in this community right now. Otherwise, we ain't gonna have no Filipino community. You got a building right here, probably 90% of people live there is Filipino. We have so many good ideas, but you have to make sure you're sitting with the people that's currently living here to build them bridges. I'm into building bridges, not walls. Yeah. And if you're gonna come to a neighborhood where I'm at, come see me, because we gonna be here. That's right, come see me. Matt is the district supervisor, but I'm the godfather of this neighborhood. Believe that. And so I finally want to say this to all my United Players who does all the amazing work. We got over 200 kids right now, Mayor Breed, in this community that we working with. All kids from all over the community. They can't be here because they in programming right now. That's right. So I want to say this finally before I end. I was asked to come here to be a part of this groundbreaking. We're going to use this shovel right here. This is a symbolic shovel, and I'm going to share with you why. The gun buybacks that we have that was sponsored by dispensaries like Barbary Coast, Green Door, other ones, right, was also supported by the late Mayor Ed Lee and the current Mayor London Breed and Jane Kim. We melted them guns down for mothers who lost their kids to gun violence. We put them gun parts in a furnace at 3,000 degrees. We melted down and we made 50 shovels. This shovel right here for the commemoration of Martin Luther King had his 50th anniversary when he was assassinated in April. They planted a cherry tree. This is the shovel that was used. His great-great-granddaughter used this to plant the tree, a cherry tree for Martin Luther King, where him and his wife, Coretta Scott, was buried. We used soil from a man who was lynched because he looked at a white woman and they said, you can't look at white women. They used his remains because they burnt him. And they threw him in the ground at the Chattahoochee River. We used that soil to put in the ground from the gun parts with the mothers who lost their kids to gun violence and made this shovel and planted a cherry tree for Martin Luther King at his burial spot. Then when I came back to San Francisco, we used this shovel when Mayor Ed Lee died, and we planted this tree, the mahogany tree, by the library. And so this symbolic shovel is being used to plant things that are really special. So now we breaking ground with this to plant this building right here. So the spirit of everybody, man, that's doing something positive and productive and that's constructive is with this right here. So as we decompose violence, may the earth again be free. In the Bible it says that swords would be turned into plowshares. This is one right here. So you cannot touch nothing unless you're using all the right energy and the spirit of love that came from MLK to Martin Luther King, to Mayor London Breed. And y'all, look, I'm here, right? This is made out of guns, y'all. This is gonna break ground for a building that's gonna be for our community and our people. And I'm always here to acknowledge my Filipino people and everybody from this community that's been here. Because when I'm done, finished speaking and breaking ground, guess where I'm going? Walking right back to my neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you, Rudy. And thank you to all our speakers. As you can see, we have plenty to grow here. And with the and as we all together break ground, it's a special momentous occasion. But before we move on with our program, we'd like to ask our speakers to take a celebratory photo down here by the trees, because we have plenty of room to grow as a community together. But also wanted to share with everyone, as we celebrate together, we have amazing artwork that's done with 1AM, and we also have bags, so please join us in the continuous making of art together with the community. And at this time, I'd like to ask the speakers to walk with me down and take
Put them heels in there like that. That's what we do in heels.
Isn't that what they want?
All right. We're going to turn the dirt. Okay, 5,